To defeat Kosher the Immortal, one must embark on an extraordinary quest to locate his hidden soul. It is said to be concealed within a series of intricate layers, starting with another body inside a needle, which is contained within an egg, nestled inside a duck, itself enclosed in a hair. This chain continues, with the hair residing within a golden chest buried beneath a green oak tree on the enigmatic island of Buyan, which mysteriously vanishes into the depths of the ocean. The complexity of finding his soul makes Kosher exceedingly difficult to kill, hence earning him his name and serving as the focus of today's episode. While Kosher possessed immense power, there were certain things he lacked, such as the ability to browse the internet securely, safeguarding his personal data and details from potential theft. Surfshark, our sponsor, offers a solution to this, allowing users to hide their IP addresses, browse the web safely without intrusive pop-ups and malware. Additionally, one can disguise their IP address to appear as if they are in another country, unlocking access to a wide range of content that might otherwise be restricted. For instance, individuals residing in the UK can overcome the limitations of their Netflix library by changing their location to access a broader selection of TV shows and movies. By clicking the link in the description or using the code Mythology during sign-up, users can enjoy a remarkable 85% discount, 3 extra months of service for free, a 30-day money-back guarantee, and unlimited device support. In a distant land, a wicked sorcerer instilled fear in the hearts of the people, assuming various menacing forms and posing a grave threat to even the bravest heroes. Kosher feared only one thing above all else: death itself. To elude mortality, he cast a spell that enabled him to transfer his soul into another body, cheating death and allowing him to continue his tyrannical rule without consequence. Hence, the people whispered his name with trepidation, referring to him as Kosher the Immortal. Numerous valiant warriors attempted to slay Kosher, but none succeeded. It was the warrior Princess Maria Marevna who eventually vanquished him. However, lacking knowledge of the location of his hidden soul, they were unable to kill him outright. Instead, Kosher was imprisoned in the tallest tower of Maria's castle, secured by heavy chains, left to wither away from thirst and starvation for eternity, stripped of his power. This outcome was the princess's hope, but fate has a way of defying our intentions. The central figure of our story is Prince Ivan, one of 4 siblings entrusted by their dying father to ensure their 3 sisters found suitable husbands. One morning in the castle courtyard, an eagle descended before Ivan's sisters, transforming into a handsome prince. It was soon followed by a crow and then a raven, 3 wizards who had come to wed Ivan's sisters. Abiding by his promise to his father, Ivan sought his sister's approval for these suitors, and each sister assented, flying away to their respective kingdoms with their chosen princes. Left alone for the first time, Ivan's desire for adventure and change grew with each passing year. Overwhelmed by impatience, he embarked on a journey to visit each of his sisters. Along the way, Ivan encountered a camp of soldiers who invited him to join their feast celebrating a recent victory. In a twist of fate, Ivan found himself in the tent of their leader, where he encountered the captivating warrior Princess Maria Marevna. True to the nature of such stories, they fell instantly in love and were soon married, embracing the excitement and transformation Ivan had yearned for. Deciding to reside in Maria's kingdom, Ivan enjoyed a period of bliss until war emerged at their doorstep and demanded Maria's attention. Reluctantly, she left Ivan behind to defend her people, entrusting him with her kingdom and castle. However, she issued a strict prohibition against entering the room at the top of the tallest tower, cautioning him to stay far away from it. As time passed, Ivan's loneliness grew, reigniting his curiosity and thirst for adventure. Unable to resist the allure, he succumbed to his desires and sneaked into the forbidden tower while the castle slept. Anticipating something dreadful or otherworldly, Ivan hoped to uncover a cursed treasure of unimaginable power. He opened the door and paused, feeling confused and a little disappointed to find only an old man bound in chains. The man pleaded with Ivan, asking him to have pity and provide a little water and food, as he had been without them for what felt like 10 years. Ivan, moved by compassion, fetched a bucket of water for the old man, but it quickly disappeared, leaving him still thirsty. The old man begged for more, and Ivan fetched several more buckets, realizing the old man's insatiable thirst. As Ivan wondered why the old man was forbidden from the tower, he reluctantly fetched one last bucket of water. When the old man finished drinking, he revealed his true identity as Kosher the Immortal and accused Ivan of being a fool who couldn't follow a simple command. With those words, the old man broke free from his chains and transformed into a whirlwind, flying through the sky and escaping. Ivan's heart sank as he realized he might never see his wife again, but he quickly realized that feeling sorry for himself wouldn't help. He swore to see his wife again and embraced the dangerous adventure that lay ahead, feeling a newfound sense of purpose. Ivan embarked on a year-long journey, traveling from kingdom to kingdom in search of his wife. Along the way, he received trinkets from his sister's husbands to help him find his way if he ever got lost. Eventually, Ivan learned that Kosher had taken his wife to his palace deep inside the Forbidden Forest. He arrived in the dark of night and patiently waited for Kosher to leave on his horse. When morning came and Kosher departed, Ivan hurried into the castle, where he found his beloved wife in chains once again. Ivan apologized for his curiosity-driven actions, and they realized that they needed to find a way to stop Kosher together. After breaking the chains and helping his wife to her feet, Ivan and his wife hurriedly left the castle, knowing Kosher would soon return. They rode through the forest on Ivan's horse, but their tracks were soon discovered by Kosher's steed, ridden by Posh. Posh urged Kosher to catch Ivan and his wife, and they were soon overtaken and knocked to the ground. Kosher taunted Ivan, stating that he would never see his wife again. However, he admired Ivan's bravery and allowed him to leave, warning him never to return. Kosher took the princess, placed her on his horse, and rode back to his castle. Ivan, feeling dejected, wandered the forest for days until a bird approached him and encouraged him not to give up. Inspired, Ivan decided to return to the castle, knowing he couldn't outrun Kosher on his horse. Back at the castle, Ivan found his wife in new chains. They realized they needed to act quickly and escape. They hurried to Ivan's horse and rode into the forest, but Crochet soon caught up with them and knocked them to the ground. Kosher threatened Ivan, but before he could harm them further, Ivan and his wife managed to escape. Ivan sat on a tree stump, feeling defeated, until a bird appeared and questioned his despondency. The bird reminded Ivan that his wife would never give up if she were in his position and encouraged him to try again. Encouraged by the bird's words, Ivan decided to return to the castle, even though he knew he couldn't outrun Kosher on his horse. Arriving at the castle, Ivan found his wife once again in chains. This time, they decided to gather information from Kochi, the horse's caretaker. They learned that a magical steed could. He swung open the door but was taken aback when he found an old man bound in chains, leaving him confused and somewhat disappointed. The old man pleaded with Ivan, asking him kindly to show some compassion and provide him with water and food. He claimed to have gone without them for what felt like a decade. Moved by pity, Ivan fetched a bucket of water for the old man, only to watch it disappear in seconds. The old man's thirst remained unquenched, and he begged for more. Ivan fetched bucket after bucket, but the old man's insatiable thirst persisted. Wondering why this man was kept forbidden in the tower, Ivan reluctantly fetched one last bucket of water. As the old man finished drinking, he suddenly revealed his true identity as Kosher, the Immortal. Accusing Ivan of being a foolish prince incapable of following a simple command, Kosher broke free from his chains and transformed into a whirlwind, escaping through the open window and soaring through the sky. Ivan's heart sank as he realized that he might never see his wife again, but he quickly snapped out of his self-pity. Determined to reunite with his wife, he embraced the daunting and perilous adventure that lay ahead, finding a renewed sense of purpose. Ivan embarked on a year-long journey, traveling from kingdom to kingdom in search of his captive wife. Along the way, his sister's husbands provided him with trinkets to aid him in case he ever lost his way. After tireless searching, Ivan eventually discovered that Kosher had taken his wife to a palace deep within the Forbidden Forest, a place few dared to venture. Ivan arrived under the cover of darkness and patiently waited for Kosher's departure. When morning broke and Kosher rode off on his horse, Ivan knew he had to act swiftly to save his beloved wife. Entering the castle, Ivan was met with the sight of his wife, once again held captive in chains. Apologizing to her for his curiosity-driven actions, Ivan acknowledged that not every day could be a grand adventure and that sometimes the quiet days were the best. But now, they had no choice but to find a way to stop Kosher together. With determination, Ivan shattered the chains and helped his wife to her feet. They knew they had to leave quickly, as Kosher would soon return. Rushing to Ivan's horse, they rode back through the forest, unaware that their tracks would soon be discovered by Kosher's steed, ridden by Posh. Realizing that escape was impossible, Ivan and his wife were overtaken by Kosher, who knocked them off their horse and onto the ground. Kosher taunted Ivan, declaring that he would never see his wife again. However, he admired Ivan's bravery and allowed him to leave, warning him never to return. Placing the princess on his horse, Kosher rode back to his castle, leaving Ivan to wander the forest alone and dejected. Sitting on a tree stump, Ivan buried his head in his hands, consumed by sorrow. But before long, a bird landed beside him, questioning why he sat there, looking so glum despite the brightness of the sun. The bird, Koshei, informed Ivan that his wife had been taken by the immortal, offering a glimmer of hope. The bird reminded Ivan that his wife would never give up easily if their positions were reversed, urging him to try again. Before Ivan could ask how the bird knew his name, it flew off into the trees.